Court is now in session.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pennsylvania College Basketball Court, or the PCBC for short. This is Season 2, Episode 35 of this wonderful podcast here on Instagram Live. And today's day is March 5th, 2025. I'm your host, the Honorable Judge Noah, reporting live from Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. Today should be a very short episode in terms of the number of games we're only recapping, because there's only 4 to recap today. So for the time being, I'm going to take a look at some of the stats and statistics. I have some notes from the recent tournament from the CIAA men's basketball tournament that was for the MVP and all-tournament team, along with Mountain East Conference officially announcing last night their first, second, and all honor-mentioned teams. And I'll briefly talk about the CIAA's team as well in terms of their first teams and their selections for the CIAA men's basketball season. So let me see here. Not a lot to cover today, so it's just mostly going to be like we're going to recap the 4 games and then discuss the remaining from there. Let me just pull it up. Here we go. All right. So our first matchup we'll start with the East first, and then we'll go to the West in terms of the divisions. So starting off in the East, we have the 3-6 matchup from Monday, which was Shepherd taking on Shippensburg at the Butcher Athletic Center, or the BAC, in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. In the first half, Shepherd outscored Shippensburg 39-27. In the second half, Shepherd outscored Shippensburg 39-35. Shepherd advances to the quarterfinals with a 78-62 win over the Shippensburg Raiders. Shepherd will face East Stroudsburg. Top scores for Shippensburg were Trey Martin and Timmy Connor. Mind you, Shippensburg did not play this game with Donovan Hill because he had just entered the transfer portal. I believe it was last Friday that he had announced that he was entering the transfer portal. Trey Martin, in 40 minutes, was 6 of 11 from the floor, 2 of 4 from three-point range, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals for 17 points. Timmy Connor, in 34 minutes, he was 6 of 17 from the floor, 4 of 8 from three-point range, 1 of 3 from the free throw line, 1 assist, 2 steals for 17 points. Jaden Smith, in 36 minutes, was 6 of 10 from the floor and 1 of 1 from three-point range, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block for 13 points. Marcus Frank had a very impressive 10 rebounds, but had probably his worst performance of his career up to this point for Shippensburg. In 34 minutes, he was 1 of 10 from the floor and 0 of 4 from three-point range. Like I said, he did have 10 rebounds with 1 assist, 2 steals for only 2 points. So Shepherd really understood the assignment to shut down Marcus Frank. In the first half, Shippensburg shot 44% from the floor, 33.3% from three-point range, and 100% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 40.6% from the floor, 40% from three-point range, and 62.5% from the free throw line. Overall, the Raiders of Shippensburg finished this game shooting 24 of 57 from the floor at 42.1%, 7 of 19 from three-point range at 36.8%, and 7 of 10 from the free throw line at 70%, finishing their season 10-19 overall. For Shepherd, their top scorer was Carson Poffenberger, who recorded 24 points in 34 minutes, going 9 of 13 from the floor and 6 of 8 from three-point range, along with adding 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Brody Davis, in 34 minutes, was 4 of 10 from the floor, 4 of 9 from three-point range, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 1 block for 14 points. Chase Parr, who was the defending PSAC East Defensive Player of the Week, recorded a double-double in 32 minutes, going 4 of 11 from the floor, 0 of 1 from three-point range, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds, 1 block, and 1 steal for 12 points. And Jared Robinson, in 36 minutes, was 4 of 11 from the floor, 3 of 10 from three-point range, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals for 11 points. Oh, you're good. In the first half, Shepherd shot 42.4% from the floor, 45% from three-point range, 100% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 44.8% from the floor, 53.3% from three-point range, and 100% from the free throw line. Overall, the Rams of Shepherd shot 27 of 62 from the floor at 43.5%, 17 of 35 from three-point range at 48.6%, and a perfect 7 of 7 from the free throw line at 100%. Once again, Shepherd advancing to the quarterfinals matchup tonight against the 2 seed in East Stroudsburg. The 4-5 matchup takes us to the Pasilla Gymnasium in Millersville, Pennsylvania. It was the third matchup between Siraj and Idris Ali. Both brothers won one game apiece in the regular season, so this was the ultimate tiebreaker. In the first half, Millersville outscored Lock Haven 31-22. In the second half, Millersville outscored Lock Haven 47-30. The Marauders cruising to a 78-52 win over the Bald Eagles. This was the largest win of the entire first round. So the East was pretty much blowouts, 16 and 26 points respectively. The West, we'll get to in a moment, very close matchups, as you'll see. Millersville advances to face the top seed in the East and the number 1 overall seed in the PSAC men's basketball tournament for this year in Westchester. Lock Haven finishes the season 15 and 13 overall. The top scorer for Lock Haven was Isaiah Stewart, who in 33 minutes was 3 of 12 from the floor, 0 of 2 from three-point range, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal for 10 points, being the only player for the Bald Eagles to record double-digit points. In the first half, Lock Haven shot 27.8% from the floor, 8.3% from three-point range, 33.3% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 27% from the floor, 11.1% from three-point range, 81.8% from the free throw line. Overall, the Bald Eagles of Commonwealth University of Lock Haven shot 20 of 73 from the floor at 27.4%, 2 of 21 from three-point range at 9.5%, and 10 of 14 from the free throw line at 71.4%. For Millersville, their top scorer was Drew Stover, who in 33 minutes recorded a double-double, going 6 of 12 from the floor, 8 of 8 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 block for 20 points. Jamie Ested and Aiden Gare both recorded 16 points apiece. Ested in 34 minutes was 7 of 12 from the floor and 2 of 5 from three-point range. Very close to a double-double with 9 rebounds and 1 block for 16 points. Gare in 32 minutes was 4 of 11 from the floor, 4 of 7 from three-point range, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal for 16 points. In terms of the Ali brothers, Idris Ali in 17 minutes off the bench was 2 of 7 from the floor, 1 of 2 from three-point range, 1 rebound, and 2 blocks for 5 points. Siraj Ali in 30 minutes was 1 of 4 from the floor, 0 of 1 from three-point range, 5 of 9 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal for 7 points. So Siraj Ali wins the ultimate battle of the Ali brothers, winning 2 out of 3 in the overall season series against Lock Haven. Now, I believe Idris Ali is the one that is, of the two, that is a senior, so he may... let me see, Lock Haven. I think Idris is the senior, and Siraj is the junior. Nope. Yes. So this could be, I think this is Idris Ali's last game, so he lost to his brother as his last collegiate game. That's pretty brutal. Brotherly rivalries, am I right? In the first half, Millersville shot 35.7% from the floor, 26.7% from three-point range, and 100% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 50% from the floor, 44.4% from three-point range, 68.4% from the free throw line. Overall, the Marauders of Millersville shot 25 of 58 from the floor at 43.1%, 8 of 24 from three-point range at 33.3%, and 20 of 26 from the free throw line at 76.9%, with 1 technical foul being set to Aiden Gare, with Millersville advancing to take on Westchester tonight. Going to the West, well, I will say the biggest win in terms of the 2 first-round PSAC in terms of the Western Division, the 2 PSAC West matchups were decided by 4 points or less in both games. So we start off with a 3-6 matchup up north in Edinboro at the Becombe Fieldhouse. The 6-seeded Griffins against the number 3 seed in the Edinboro Fighting Scots. In the first half, Seton Hill and Edinboro both scored 41 points apiece. In the second half, Seton Hill outscored Edinburgh 37-33, and with the Griffins winning 78-74 over the Edinburgh Fighting Scots to advance to the PSAC quarterfinals. Seton Hill continues on while Edinburgh finishes their season 15-13 overall. The top scorer for Seton Hill was Ryan Mice, who in 39 minutes was 9 of 14 from the floor, 7 of 11 from three-point range, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 6 rebounds for a total of 27 points. He has been on a tear lately. He has had some pretty good games. I think his last 2 games he averaged around 28.5 points per game against Edinburgh in the 2 matchups at Edinburgh. Eder Ortiz in 32 minutes was 7 of 14 from the floor, 2 of 3 from three-point range, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and 1 steal for 19 points. Kendrick Curtis in 30 minutes was 4 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 1 from three-point range, 4 of 7 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, and 2 steals for 13 points. And Gabe Gillespie in 18 minutes was 5 of 9 from the floor, 0 of 1 from three-point range, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 1 assist for 11 points. And their last starter, Camden Brewer, he was in 27 minutes was 0 of 4 from the floor and 0 of 4 from three-point range. However, he did have 1 rebound and 2 assists with 2 steals, but had 0 points. All right, in the first half, Seton Hill shot 53.6% from the floor, 50% from three-point range, 57.1% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 45.2% from the floor, 37.5% from three-point range, 66.7% from the free throw line. Overall, the Griffins of Seton Hill shot 29 of 59 from the floor at 49.2%, 10 of 22 from three-point range at 45.5%, and 10 of 16 from three-point range at 62.5%. For Edinburgh, their top scorer was the freshman Evan Berger, who in 38 minutes was 7 of 12 from the floor, 5 of 9 from three-point range, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for 20 points. Dante Wilcott off the bench in 25 minutes was 6 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 3 from three-point range, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, and 3 steals for 15 points. And Bryce Baez in 27 minutes was 5 of 7 from the floor with 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 and 2 steals for 10 points. Mind you, Edinburgh did not play this game without Sanker Everin, so that's a big loss. Good reason probably why Edinburgh did not do as well as they thought they did. Steve Kelly in his last game, collegiate game, in 29 minutes was 4 of 10 from the floor, 1 of 5 from three-point range, 1 rebound, 5 assists for 9 points. Ryan Lakovic, who I think is also a senior, his last game, 39 minutes, 4 of 11 from the floor, 0 of 2 from three-point range, 7 rebounds, 5 assists for 8 points. Like I said, Dante Wilcott, also a senior. Michael Dunn, also a senior. So this was a big loss for Edinburgh. They're going to be losing a lot of key players to their program in the offseason. They may end up losing Sanker Everett as well, so we'll have to wait and see. In the first half, Edinburgh shot 54.8% from the floor, 50% from three-point range, and 100% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 46.4% from the floor, 42.9% from three-point range, and 100% from the free throw line. Overall, the Fighting Scots of Penn West Edinburgh shot 30 of 59 from the floor at 50.8%, 12 of 26 from three-point range at 46.2%, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line at 100%. In the last game, the game that my girlfriend and I ended up going to, and my God, this was about one of the most stressful games in my entire 6-year career of watching the IUP Crimson Hawks. Speaking of which, is the 4-5 matchup between the IUP Crimson Hawks and the Rock of Slippery Rock University, with this game being played at the Morrow Fieldhouse. In the first half, Slippery Rock outscored IUP 29-25. In the second half, IUP outscored SRU 44-38. The Crimson Hawks held on by a freaking buzzer beater as Maceo Austin barely missed the game-winning three-pointer. But IUP advances to the quarterfinals yet again, 69-67 over the Rock, and finally beat SRU when it mattered the most. And it was at Slippery Rock, so that's a bonus too. And also, I got booed by like 7 or 8 SRU students, and I'm just standing there just like, toodles, bye-bye. Anyways, top score for IUP, I'm telling you, if he doesn't win Freshman of the Year, there's something wrong. And I'm guessing the playoffs don't matter, but in his first freaking career playoff game in the in his IEP career. Kamani freaking Marrero went off in 38 minutes, going 8 of 14 from the floor, 3 of 4 from three-point range, and 6 of 8 from the free throw line. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals for 25 points. Also, another really big surprise was Luke Triggs finally showing off that big performance that we've been waiting for all year. 18 minutes off the bench, he was 5 of 8 from the floor, 4 of 6 from three-point range, and 2 of 5 from the free throw line. 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal for 16 points. Christian Moore in 39 minutes, he was 6 of 12 from the floor, 2 of 5 from three-point range, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals for 14 points. Going to the remaining players, Sarp Furtune, key offensive rebound late in the game, around 4.6 seconds left in the game. Sarp Furtune gets a massive offensive rebound, which was his only offensive rebound in the entire night, and helped IEP secure this win. Furtune in 28 minutes was 2 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 4 from three-point range, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 4 rebounds, 1 assist for a total of 6 points. Demir Brooks had a pretty decent performance in general. In 22 minutes, he was 2 of 4 from the floor, 1 of 2 from three-point range. 1 of 2 from the free throw line, not three-point range. 6 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 block for 5 points. Tyler Grove did not have the best performance in terms of shooting, but he did have a very good part in this game with the free throws. In 30 minutes in his first collegiate start in the playoffs, 0 in 30 minutes, 0 of 7 from the floor, 0 of 3 from three-point range. He was 3 of 4 from the free throw line, which was huge. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals for 3 points. And the other 2 players, Ian Herring, not the best performance, unfortunately, for him. But he was a key reason for the defense, which I'll give him a lot of credit for. On 22 minutes, he was 0 of 6 from the floor, but had 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, and 2 steals. Although he did later foul out, and my girlfriend was saying that they definitely were trying to target him. Yeah, but you know what? He had a terrific performance. He had a very good defensive performance by those numbers. Now, Alfonso Pickens Jr. in 3 minutes off the bench did not record any single stats. 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 points. In the first half, IEP shot 33.3% from the floor, 40% from three-point range, and 50% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 50% from the floor, 50% from three-point range, 63.2% from the free throw line. Overall, the Crimson Hawks of IEP shot 23 of 56 from the floor at 41.1%, 10 of 22 from three-point range at 45.5%, and 13 of 21 from the free throw line at 61.9%. For the IEP Crimson Hawks to advance to the PSAC quarterfinals for it feels like the 7 for, let me think. All I know is it's been a long time. Their streak continues yet again, not making it to the PSAC quarterfinals. And they will have a rematch against Gannon for the second year in a row in the PSAC quarterfinals. For SRU, their top scorer, they actually had 2 guys with 20 points, Jomo Goings and Dave Waters. Goings in 37 minutes was 8 of 15 from the floor, 0 of 4 from three-point range, and 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, and 5 steals for 20 points. Waters in 33 minutes was 6 of 14 from the floor, 3 of 8 from three-point range, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds and 2 steals for 20 points. Maceo Austin in his last collegiate game, 38 minutes, was 5 of 14 from the floor, 1 of 5 from three-point range, 4 of 8 from the free throw line. He did have a double-double and was very close to a triple-double. He had 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 block, and 3 steals for 15 points. Unfortunately, he missed the game-winning three-pointer, which would have sent SRU to the quarterfinals today. Unfortunately, it just missed off the rim. And he did also, I also want to give a shout-out to him, he did reach the 1,000 career point mark in his last game, as he finished with 1,005 career points. And Ike Kirster, maybe this is his last game at Slippery Rock, we don't know yet. In 31 minutes, he was 4 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 5 from three-point range, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds for a total of 10 points. In the first half, SRU shot 37.9% from the floor, 38.5% from three-point range, and 100% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 41.4% from the floor, 0% from three-point range, going 0 of 12 from beyond the arc, and 14 of 21 14 of 21 from the free throw line, 66.7%. Overall, the Rock of SRU finished this game shooting 23 of 58 from the floor at 39.7%, 5 of 25 from three-point range at 20%, and 16 of 23 from the free throw line at 69.6%. The key reason why I think IUP won this matchup was the three-point shooting. 10 of 22 from three-point range was absolutely humongous. Luke Triggs played, Kamani Morero, this team played a key role in this. With their defense was terrific, although IUP did have 18 turnovers. They actually won the rebounding battle, which was huge, especially in the second half. The turnovers were not good. Hopefully IUP can fix that for tonight's matchup. That's easier said than done, because the last time they played Gannon in the PSAC quarterfinals, I believe they had 22 turnovers, and 13 of them came in the first half. And if we didn't have 13 turnovers in the first half, we would have easily won that matchup at Gannon last year. So that's easier said than done. But I do like the fact that they had 11 rebounds and 11 steals. Let's see. They had 3 blocks. SRU had 7. Holy crap. And 3 of them came from that Michael Moore. No surprise there. Let's see. Rebounds, personal fouls was pretty close. This was an even matchup other than three-point shooting, which was the reason why I think IUP won this matchup overall. So there you go. Your 4 teams that advanced to the PSAC quarterfinals. Congratulations to them. Oh, also, Slippery Rock, they finished the season 15-14 overall this year. So another disappointing year for Ian Grady and his beloved Rock crew, as he still has yet to make it out of at least the quarterfinals. So, or first round. Well, they've made it past the first round, but they can't get past the quarterfinals. They're like the Washington Capitals of the PSAC. They do really good, or they're okay, and then they just are not built for playoff time for some reason. So, anyways, we look at our 4 quarterfinal matchups for tonight. We'll go in time order for this matter. So the first matchup is at 6 p.m. tonight. It's the 2 seed California hosting the number 6 seed Seton Hill in a drive that takes Seton Hill about 34 miles to the southwest to the Convocation Center in California, Pennsylvania. The 7 o'clock matchup is the 2 seed East Stroudsburg taking on the 3 seed in Shepherd. Actually, let me pull these up now. I forgot to actually update this crap. Let's see. So California and Seton Hill. California is 17-11. Seton Hill is 16-13. Shepherd and East Stroudsburg, as I just mentioned a second ago. Shepherd is 19-10. East Stroudsburg is 21-7. 7:30 matchups. Millersville, the number 4 seed, traveling to Westchester to take on the top-seeded Westchester Golden Rams. Millersville is 18-11. Westchester is 23-5. And then, of course, IUP, the number 5 seed in the West, traveling to the Highmark Event Center in Erie, Pennsylvania, to take on the top-seeded Gannon Golden Knights in a rematch from last year's PSAC quarterfinals matchup. So 2 games at 7:30 now. Originally, it was only 1 game at 6, 2 games at 7, and an IUP again, it was 7:30. Believe it or not, actually, I forgot to mention, this was literally as soon as I got off on Monday, off of this episode, once I got off the air on Monday, they actually changed the time schedule of the SRU IUP game, so it was not a 7 o'clock tip-off. It ended up it didn't start till 8 p.m., most likely because of the IUP situation, that their bus was still in Indiana around 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and it's roughly about a 1 hour and 30-ish minute drive by bus, maybe 2-hour drive, closer to 2-hour drive by bus. So that was the case. IUP is 14-15 now with that win against SRU. So IUP comes in this matchup 14-15, the only team in the PSAC quarterfinals that has a losing record overall this year. Gannon is 22-6 in terms of that. And then 3 there. So now let's look at the CIAA men's basketball tournament. So we have the MVP of the tournament, and then the all-tournament team for the tournament that just occurred the other day. So, 19. All right. So that's up to date now. So the CIAA men's basketball tournament. So the 2025 Food Line and Men's Championship MVP. So the championship game MVP was Jacob Cooper of Virginia State, who also was named the 2025 CIAA men's basketball tournament MVP. The CIAA men's basketball tournament team. We have Elijah Davis from Bowie State, Rel Williams from Bluefield State, Kayshawn Smith for Virginia State, or Virginia Union, Jared White from Virginia State, Peter Sorber from Lincoln, Pennsylvania, Jordan Hins from Bluefield State, Jacob Cooper from Virginia State, Derrica Williams from Elizabeth City State, Shannon Carter from Bluefield State, and Jamari Bryant from Johnson C. Smith. Now, the Mountain East Conference, they're all tournament teams or not all tournament, but they're all first, second, and honorary teams have been announced last night. Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Freshman of the Year, and Coach of the Year have all been announced. The PSAC will probably not be until I film on Friday. Worst case scenario, it gets moved to Monday. So we'll have to wait and see when they announce it. But the first team for the All-Mountain East Conference, we start off with Jaden Baker from Frostburg State, junior and guard from Salisbury, Maryland. Devin Collins from Glenville State, grad student and forward from Chapmanville, West Virginia. Kyle DeAugustina from West Liberty, sophomore from 6'1" guard from Albany, Ohio. Sean Ely from Wheeling, senior guard, 5'11" from Cincinnati, Ohio. J.J. Harper from West Liberty, 6'5" forward and grad student from Orlando, Florida. David Yolander, 6'6" forward and junior from Fairmont State, also from Stockholm, Sweden. Dwayne Jones, who is the PSAC, or not the PSAC, the Mountain East Conference reigning tournament MVP, and I believe he was the Mountain East Conference Player of the Year last year. So, Dwayne Jones, all-time leader in assists for the Mountain East Conference and counting. From the University of Charleston, he's a 6'5" guard and senior from Neptune, New Jersey. Jay Slack, 6'6" forward and senior from Fort Worth, Texas, from the West Virginia State Yellow Jackets. And Colin Tolbert, 6'2" guard and sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio, who played for the Concord Mountain Lions. Second team, All Mountain East Conference. We start off with Corey Boston, from Concord. He's a 5'10" guard and senior from Lafayette, Alabama. Next one, Rene Diop. He's from Concord. A 6'8" forward and junior from Dakar, Senegal. Next one, Andre Harris from Fairmont State. He was a 6'4" guard and senior from Cleveland, Ohio. Ja'Cory Lipkins from the University of Charleston. He was a 6'1" guard and freshman from Canton, Ohio. So about 60 minutes down the road on I-77 from downtown Cleveland. Next one is Amir Maxwell from Glenville State. He was a 6'4" guard and freshman from Beckley, West Virginia, the home of Bryce Radford, good old legend of IUP. Next one, Nicholas Silva from Davis and Elkins, a 6'7" forward and senior from Sao Paulo, Brazil. No, not the song by The Weeknd. And then Finley Woodward from West Liberty, 6'7" forward and junior from Bristol, England. And then the All Mountain East Conference's honorable mentions. 4 players on this list. Kobe Baptiste from Frostburg State, 6'6" forward and senior from New Carrollton, Maryland. Arthur Cox from West Virginia State, who returned from last year. He originally was in the transfer portal but decided to stay. He was a 6'8" forward / center and senior from Fayetteville, Arkansas. I'm going to do my best to pronounce this next one. Alex Mirhosanini. From West Virginia Wesleyan. He was a 5'10" guard and senior from Arlington, Texas. And last but not least, Tommy Williams from Fairmont State. He's a 6'2" guard and grad student from Shady Spring, West Virginia. The 2025 Mountain East Conference Player of the Year goes to Colin Tobert of the Concord Mountain Lions. The Defensive Player of the Year for the Mountain East Conference in 2024-25 goes to Renee Diop from Concord. The Freshman of the Year goes to Ja'Cory Lipkins from the University of Charleston. And here's a duh. The Coach of the Year for the Mountain East Conference for the 30th year in a row, Ben Hallett of West Liberty. Shocker, who saw that coming? So there you go. That is the overall. So I'm trying to see if I can find it. Okay, Coach of the Year actually was Dwayne Hosmer. So actually, Ben Hallett's only won this award 3 times in his career, tied with Dwayne Osborne. Actually, Dwayne Osborne's won it 4 times, 2014, 2020, 2021, and 2024. But Ben Hallett, this was his first win of Coach of the Year since 2022. Freshman of the Year last year was Kyler DiAugustino. Defensive Player of the Year, again, was Renee Diop for the University of Concord. So that is your overall idea of what that happens. Now let's talk about previewing for the Mountain East Conference Tournament. I'm going to give my best shot on picks and predictions for this. And then also for a preview of the 4 matchups tonight in the Mountain East Conference, or for the Pennsylvania CIAA Conference. So we're going to give it our best shot here. The number 10 seed, Point Park. This is at 6 o'clock tonight. Number 6 seed, Point Park Pioneers, taking on the 7 seed in the Frostburg State Bobcats. This tournament being held at the West Banco Arena in Wheeling, West Virginia, as it usually is. Then at 8:30, following the conclusion of Point Park and Frostburg State, we have the 9 seed Wheeling, West Virginia Cardinals taking on the number 8 seed Davidson-Elkins Senators. Point Park in their matchup is 10-18 against Frostburg State, who's 12-16. The 8-9 matchup, both teams are 11-17. I'm going to pick Frostburg State to win, although I would love to see my boys from Pennsylvania, the only team in the Mountain East Conference from Pennsylvania and Point Park, winning, especially since Kevin Reynolds was their head coach, and I respect him over Eden Grady any day of the week. But I think Frostburg State will win this matchup pretty easily. And then the 8-9 matchup, I feel like this one's going to be close, but I could see Wheeling pulling off an upset. Give me the Cardinals winning this one in a very close matchup because I like Sean Ely, and I think Sean Ely is pretty dang accurate from the free throw line. That's why I think Wheeling will win this game. So we go to the Friday matchups in the quarterfinals with the Mountain East Conference. Again, the 2nd seed Fairmont State's facing the winner of the first matchup tonight between Point Park and Frostburg State. 2:30, 3rd seed Charleston taking on 6th seed Glenville State. 6 o'clock, the top seed West Liberty faces the winner of the second matchup tonight between Wheeling and Davidson-Elkins in Wheeling. And at 8:30, Concord, number 4 seed, taking on the 5 seed in West Virginia State. So the 2 matchups, I have Frostburg State and Wheeling winning the matchups. Now let's talk about the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference in terms of who I think is going to win. So let's start off the 6 o'clock matchup. California and Seton Hill. Let's look at the statistics in terms of the matchups overall this year. This will give me an idea. I think California went 2-0 against Seton Hill for the record. 81-73. So California was 2-0 in the season series matchup. They won 81-73 on January 11th at Seton Hill, and then they won 74-53 at home against Seton Hill. I'm going to pick California to win. I think the Vulcans are just too good right now. They are on a roll. I know they had that fluke game last week against IUP, but I think California will advance to the semifinals for the 2nd straight year. All right, I'll call you here in a minute. The 2-3 matchup, East Stroudsburg and Shepherd. Let's take a look at their season series matchup. East Stroudsburg and Shepherd. First matchup was January 6th. East Stroudsburg won 85-75. Second matchup, East Stroudsburg won at the buzzer, winning 71-70. East Stroudsburg is 2-0 against Shepherd this year. I'm going to stick with East Stroudsburg winning this matchup. I think it's pretty fair in terms of that. Millersville and Westchester, I feel like this was I think all 4 of these quarterfinal matchups were 2-0. Millersville and Westchester. Actually, no, that's not true. Millersville and Westchester I think they split one game apiece. The first matchup was January, where the heck was it? January 29th. This is when Millersville destroyed Westchester by 36 points. The second matchup wasn't too long ago. On February 26th, Westchester held on to win 75-70. I think this game could be close. I feel like Millersville could pull off an upset, but I'm going to say Westchester will win. Oh, by the way, if Westchester wins tonight, they will advance. They will host the PSAC semifinals and finals. So whoever is the highest seed after tonight's matchups will host both the semifinals on Saturday and the championship game on Sunday. So right now, best odds are Westchester hosting that. But if they lose and East Stroudsburg wins, then East Stroudsburg would host. The only way Shepherd would host is if they win and Millersville wins. And Millersville cannot host the Eastern Conference. They cannot host the semifinals and finals. It's pretty much out of the equation. And which leads us for their last game, IUP and Gannon. I'm going to pick Gannon, and here's why. They're 2-0 against IUP. In the previous matchup, it was not pretty. They lost by 22 points. And I honestly think that, IUP, they're basically playing with house money right now. That win against Cypriot was extremely incredible that they pulled off that win. But I just think IUP's midnight run, their Cinderella run, is going to hit midnight tonight. I think Gannon is way too powerful. They have way too many athletes compared to IUP. But I will say IUP is going to make this game extremely close. So give me Gannon to win that one. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it. I know I was going to say this was a very short episode. So Friday's episode is going to be a little bit longer, but I won't be able to film it until later in the day because I have work. So I probably will film around 3:30 or 4 o'clock-ish is the plan. But yeah, this is the end for this episode of PCBC, Season 2, Episode 35. I will see you guys to recap the quarterfinals and hopefully the PSAC quarterfinals, the first round of the Mountain East Conference Championship, and then probably the first matchup of the 4 quarterfinal matchups in the Mountain East Conference, along with hopefully getting an update on the Atlantic Region rankings for the announcement for Sunday once we get to the end of the 2 tournaments coming up on this weekend. And then also hopefully on Friday we'll get the announcement for the players of the year, first team and second team all mentions in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Until then, hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys on Friday for the third of my final 3 episodes for this week.